Things really are heating up here ahead of what we've always known will be a crucial game. At stake, a seat at a higher table. This an opportunity to put down a marker, to make a statement of intent. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. Things already rolling. This easily the most keenly anticipated of today's games. So there he is, Wesley Sneijder, a terrific playmaker.
Yeah, one of the very best to emerge from that legendary...
Chance for a shot! Goal! Inter! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Inter are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Inter Milan penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead.
Well, that's changed the mood entirely, as you'd expect, Peter. It'll be fascinating now to see what kind of reaction it will cause.
Probably be looking to play it square from here. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Quality ball. Engages and forces him off the ball. And this is Del Piero. Oh, he's had a shot! Oh, it's gone in! And that is what they came to see, what they demanded to see. His first. Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
Milan restore parity.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things.
There's the shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
He's definitely living up to the occasion here. He just loves being out there amongst it.
Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Stefan de Vrij gets it away. And now a sudden chance to counter. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. And here's Batistuta. Zielinski. Martinez takes a shot! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Now that's a fine challenge. It's their second corner of the game. DiMarco plays it short. Lovely bit of skill. DiMarco. Milan are looking to go forward now. Now it's Del Piero. Can he get it through? Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Del Piero. And this is Roberto Carlos. Oh. It's rising! Goal, Milan! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. Certain, searing, and that's it. So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you. A moment to savour for all of us. Lined up on the start line, their eyes fixed on the prize. It is the ultimate calm before the inevitable storm. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So we're very much on the way now. Free-flowing, fluid, flexible, just some of the words that describe the genius that is Ruud Gullit, a player whose impact on...
Pellegrini!
And he was there to get a vital touch.
This is why he's so highly regarded. Absolutely fantastic. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Paz with the short one. Takes aim. Chance! Firm header just off target.
That's a really decent chance.
It's their second corner of the game. Dumfries goes short.
What a letdown when you've got such presence and movement.
And now they can spring out of defence. Paz.
That's good play from him.
It's a good run, this, one that is high in energy. Ah, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Nedved. That is a great pick out. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Milan clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
And here's Del Piero. Paz.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Roberto Carlos cuts it out.
They want to be quick here, it's breakaway time.
Now it's Platini. That's very neat. No, he's not getting his way this time. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Nedved. Now it's Del Piero. Passing is crisp and sharp. Looking here to chip it through. That has been knocked clear. Milan are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. And he's been shifted off it. Now it's Del Piero. Bonucci kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Looking for a runner. Oh, no joy this time.
Arigatou, Nico Nico.
Davids, can he get it through? He's found space here. Dumfries. And it's McTominay. tries one from range. Oh, it's come off the upright. Great vision. And this is Ibrahimovic. Threads one in. And this is Ibrahimovic. Has finding himself in space. McTominay. Seedorf did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Ibrahimovic chasing after it. That has not gone well. 30 minutes gone. Chooses to go crossfield. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Michel Platini. And this is Hullet. Oh no, that was never going to make it. Pellegrini producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Still looking for the first breakthrough, and it is nearly half-time now. The ball has bounced loose now. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Paz. Davids. Paz. Pellegrini, very much a man of this moment. Out towards the flank. Drives it in. Oh, good climb! He's delivered all right!
Surprise, surprise. Look who turns up to give his side the ultimate lift before the break. Now we can look forward to a whole different game in this second half.
He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now, and the other has to tone it down.
Nedved. This is a promising build-up. Hullet. Brilliantly cut out. And the referee says that is that for the first half. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Milan unable to get back onto level terms before half-time. They trail 1-0.
It's been a pretty tepid display. They'll want to use this break wisely to regroup and come out with some fresh initiatives. This is all still very salvageable, maybe even winnable.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. So straight into the second half.
Well, I think starting this half in a strong manner is essential, Peter, if you're chasing the game, which they are. You know, go with intent and purpose. Let your opponents know you're not just going to quietly bow down.
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending and they got away with it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Well, now it's a race for the... Oh, what has happened here? Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Nicely aimed pass. Davids, that's a good ball out wide. And here's Thuram. Thuram unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Down by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. He's found a way through. Crosses it in here. Del Piero! And that is wildly off target.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 11.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Numero 23. Numero 21.
That has ended up in no man's land. Panucci is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. So Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, considering they're only one down, they're closer to conceding a second than scoring a leveller.
Zaniolo. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
And it's Michel Platini. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Roberto Carlos. And this is... And Del Piero! Alessandro Del Piero! Another ice-cool goal! About as smooth as it gets. They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
And wow, he has given that a right old hit.
Oh, how does he get the ball to do that? He's on another level to most of his peers.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Nicely shaped ball. It's played through for him. I have to say, that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Van Basten going about things with real menace. Gullit under intense pressure.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up in the process, Peter.
And he's intervened well there. Loftus-Cheek. Gullit. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, it's played into the air. Terrific effort. It's run loose. Who's going to... And again.
Genova really deserve full marks for effort, though. It's clear they want to win this.
They're back in possession and ready to go again. Floated through. Gullit! Oh no, that could be a costly miss.
Well, we could be headed for a scenario in which next goal is the winner. That chance could have been it too.
Not the most accurate pass. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
Seedorf conjures time and space where few can. Lovely ball and a real chance.
初見様、ご視聴の皆様いらっしゃいませ。ネギチャンネルをぜひチャンネル登録と高評価もぜひお願いします。皆様ぜひ楽しんでいってください。オメガ。
He's going to be disappointed with that. That's a nicely weighted pass. And a chance! Incredible! Just incredible! Oh, that has got to be it! This has to be it! The movement so precise.
ありがとう、ニコニコ。
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
And now he has two. Milan found a way, forcibly. Now they must hold out.
Well, these last few moments are going to be pretty frantic, I would think, as the...
And there goes the final whistle. They needed to win, and they have. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. Giorgio Chiellini, Jim. Now there is a defender who loves to defend.
Yeah, and he's a very capable one too. I mean, this guy is all about courage, physicality, athleticism, about as hard as they come, although I personally like to see him paired up with some ball-playing defenders. His distribution is decent, but you want him to focus on the main task, which is defending, and that he loves.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. It's a threatening ball. Vieira. Now, what about a counter-attack? Marcelo. Oh, this is a terrific run. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Nicely shaped ball. Oh, that's a fine interception. He's looking wide. Schneider. Neither of the teams has yet taken the initiative. This is a promising build-up. Hazard. Delicate ball, and it needs to be. Oh, what can he finish?
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Japan have the chance to go the other way. Now it's Luis Suarez. He is through here. Nedved. Cross into the... Oh, good glide! But he's left disappointed.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Figo, looking to pass their way up the pitch. And here's Hullet. Hullet! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Seedorf. So it is still 0-0. Not the most accurate pass. Oh, well played, well played. Schneider.
ネギネギ、バーチュアルハグ。こんにちはです。セーナチ、ドキドキするハート。
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
こんにちは。
Chiellini calmly anticipates. And it's Nedved. Zanetti. That a foul?
カードの異変種ブンブンブン、ミツバチ。
Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence.
みなちゃんイヤホ、手を振る。
They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. Baresi. And this is Nedved.
さようなら。来てくれてありがとう、ミツバチ。
Great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. That's really well manoeuvred. Some intricate
やっ
passing.
ほやっほ。あれ、大丈夫？
Seedorf was alert to the
ちゃんさんこんにちはオープ。バイトが始まります。
Figo. Now it's Hullet. Hazard. He's had it nicked away. Schneider. Seedorf. Spread to the right. And this is Nedved. Tries a shot! Goal! Japan! And a trademark.
タイトです。げんこつ。
Inevitable classy finish.
Japan are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
今日昼配信行けなくてごめんね、祈り。大丈夫よ、OK のポーズをする人、ネギネギどっち？日本？高評価ポチ。白だよ。
The first breakthrough.
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from side to side, wear them down, deserve goal.
Oh, he's been caught on a chance for a shot! And another try! And he hits the net! And the lead lasts no time at all!
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
He won't get many simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
Substitution in progress.
So time for change.
高評価ポチしたよ、キラ
This
キ
one
ラ。
has been on the cards for a little while. Sanfrecce Hiroshima restore parity.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
Expertly cut out, really nicely done. That's destined for the flank.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
That could spell trouble. Nedved gets flagged offside.
ありがとう、ニコニコ。ゆうゆういちさんこんにちは。わーい、ありがとうございます。
Vieira. Sanfrecce Hiroshima can of course make a change whenever they choose. Schneider spread out to the left. Now it's Luis Suarez. Marcelo has it in a wide position.
2 added minutes has
He's
been
cleared it out of
indicated.
harm's way. Figo. Into stoppage time, whistle due any moment. Schneider. Marcelo providing an outlet on that flank, and he's managed to get free. And he's quick to get rid. And for the first half, that is that. Well, the glass
みなちゃんさんのチャンネルポチリしときました。
truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, we've seen at times it can be harder to play against 10, and that seems to be holding true so far. Something I've experienced in the past, and with this sort of intensity and
あり
fearlessness,
がとうござい
who
ます。
knows,
ニ
they
コニ
might
コ、
just
大
get
泣き。
something they want.
Well, they've gone toe-to-toe for those 45 minutes, and at half-time the score is 1-1.
よろしくお願いします。お辞儀する人、訴えるような顔。
Sanfrecce Hiroshima get the second half going. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Hazard. Couldn't squeeze it through.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
He leaps for it! Oh, not this time, but a lot of applause for the thought.
I think we can expect a few more of those now. Better timing was all that was required.
Gerrard shifted it to the flank. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Seedorf has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Strokes it back, knocks it out wide. Nedved shapes to shoot! He's scored!
Boom! There we go, and it couldn't be much better. He was born for the glory he's just managed. The apple on top of the tree. Look, that was a technical interaction of great football. That has gone down a treat.
Japan with the lead.
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from side to side, wear them down, deserve goal. Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Works it forward. And it's Hullet. Can he get on the end of this? Vieira gets a foot in here.
Hiroshima may only be one behind, but they're showing much in terms of threatening parity.
Oh no, it's an own goal!
That can happen to anyone. It's truly, truly unlucky for him, but it's just the way it is.
Well, who saw that coming? It has certainly made things interesting.
Look, often chances are hard to come by in these games, so just one mistake could be all it takes to make a difference.
Marcelo. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Now it's Schneider. Marcelo. Vieira did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now it's Seedorf, played out to the left flank. He's onside. Incoming, he's rising! Yes! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. Japan, palpably stronger, better, superior. Knocks it into space. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Schneider. That has been slung wide. It's a goal kick. Looking tidy in possession here. Played into space. Nesta deals with that comfortably. Marcelo, oh, outsmarting him this time. That has not gone well. Zanetti cuts out the pass. Vieira. Schneider.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
He's got away. Played in. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Short changes him with that pass. And it's Seedorf. Gerrard. Luis Suarez. Nicely weighted ball. That pass isn't the best. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Ball is over the line. And he's cut it out. Schneider. Spread it left. Bops him off it and wins back the ball. Seedorf. can see things others simply cannot. It's a searching pass, and that could set him on his way. It's Asa! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Marcelo scooting forward. And that will be the final act. Sanfrecce Hiroshima cannot spin this any other way. They came up against opponents who were thrilling, at times unplayable, who simply brushed them off.
Please be reminded that drinking is
Sanfrecce
only
Hiroshima
allowed in the areas shown
really
on this
did
map.
suffer
Thank
for
you very
their
much
lack
for
of
your
numbers
cooperation.
here.
Well, to be perfectly honest, Peter, it was hard to see any other outcome. Ruthless opponents who were intent on exploiting their very obvious advantage.
ボッコボッコにされた大泣き。えぐいてー、大泣き。楽しいね、ハートの笑顔。でも、どっちがどっち？ W。楽しい。でも、まだまだ下手くそ。楽しければ OK の手。確かにそうだね、ニコニコ。うんうん。作業しながら見てるね。
Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well...
忙しいのにわざわざありがとう、ニコニコ、嬉しい。
So things are underway.
In modern football, the role of the defensive midfielder has become hugely important.
Talking of which, Claude Makelele, the battery in the watch.
Yeah, and fittingly, a lot of pundits refer to it as the Makelele role now, such as his influence playing that position.
Backward it goes. Oh, that's a fine interception. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Suarez showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Gerrard simply refused to be outdone there. Oh, this looks sharp. Del Piero. Well, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Driving on and making good progress. Del Piero! Alessandro Del Piero! Another ice-cool goal! That is a gem! An absolute gem! It's Luis Suarez! Oh, he's been caught napping! Pings it across. And the counter is on. Vieira cuts out the pass.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Oh, some astute defending there. Del Piero, not one to pass up the chance to run up the defence. He loves those duels.
Well, I thought that run had balance and control, skill and strength. The sort of desire we hope will spread.
Passing is crisp and sharp. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
No outsmarting him this time. Del Piero with an air of confidence about him, a certain swagger.
Well, you can't grumble when a player at least tries to make something happen.
And he's had it nicked away, engages and forces him off the ball. And he's decided to go for it. Well, they can break here. Azar. Some resolute defending there. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Played out wide. Looking to play him in. Chance to deliver. That's a decent clearance. Sanfrecce Hiroshima are benefiting from a lot of movement up front, are they not?
Yeah, and if you're looking to play people in with passes from midfield...
Tries a shot! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Figo. Gerrard. And that pass just didn't quite work. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Gerrard does really well there. He is strong. Now it's Luis Suarez.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Pull it. And that is a little undercooked. Azar. Figo.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Thinks about the shot. Shevchenko! Azar. Now it's Hullet. Chance here to counter. And it's Marcelo. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
That's the end of the first 45. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Sanfrecce Hiroshima currently behind by 1-0 at the break.
To our better stadium fund.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second.
Substitution in progress.
So the action resumes.
Hiroshima can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Azar. Bigo is onto this. Pull it. Vieira plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Messi, a dangerous raider down the right-hand side. Azar. Gerrard, not the most accurate pass. Figo. No, again there's no way through. Gerrard, well, that has not gone well. Now by a goal, needing to go up a gear, that's how it looks here. Tries to pass it through. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Neither of these two want to come off second best. We expected better, and so did he. Gerrard looking for the chance to skim one in from range. And the keeper's got it again. Schmeichel sends that a long way. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, considering they're only one down, they're closer to conceding a second than scoring a leveller.
Pepe. Played back into the centre. Van Dijk. But it's Thuram. And Makaleli. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. That pass isn't the best. Hazard. It's Hazard! And yes, it's there! A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. So that's two now without reply.
There's a certain authoritativeness in everything they do now. If they want to kill off this game, now's the time to get it done.
Bullet can be a real threat inside the box. Bullet! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Bullet is offering a right smile there. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Takes a shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Pulitz stood his ground strongly. Hazard did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Oh, he's been caught on it here. He'll try to keep this alive. Maldini. And back to the goalkeeper.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Oh, can he get onto this?
Well, this does not look promising, Peter. The least they can do is to give the crowd something to cheer about, but that might be difficult from here. Such good technique.
Is there any support? He might not need it. And they're quick to get it back. Makaleli. Now it's Hullet. It's run loose here. He won't be happy with that one. Stood up well to him there. And here's Suarez. Pull it.
There will be 1 minute
Sanfrecce
added
Hiroshima
time.
could have here their final chance. And he shoots! Oh, that wasn't the worst effort in the world.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
Van Dijk is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. And the referee brings it to a close. Well, that was a frustrating game. They were, at times, cohesive, very capable, but undone by an opponent who simply did a better job.
Please join
So
me
what do you
in
take
wishing
away from
all
it
the
all,
best
Jim?
for members
Well,
of
Peter,
our
I
fan
really
club.
みなちゃんありがとう。ニコニコ。
Whether it's the manager's message not getting through or not having the right players in the right positions, it all looked a bit lost.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you.